Thank you so much for joining me again. Today I would like to share with you a tip that will help you get the words on the page. There are many people who think about writing a novel in their lifetime, but many have trouble actually achieving that goal. Some of those people have trouble because they're in physical pain, they work long hours in the office, their hands hurt from too much typing, or their back aches. Some even have to go through surgeries. So for those people in particular, this tip might be helpful, but for everyone else as well, I think it's something quite useful. So what I want to talk to you about is using dictation. Basically recording your voice, recording your thoughts using your voice and getting the words on the page that way. If you've been following my channel for a while, I use Evernote and Scrivener primarily to write my short stories, my novellas, and to publish my books basically. In the Evernote app, you have a lot of things a lot of tools within the app that you can use, and among which you can use the microphone to record your voice. So I'll show you how you can do that, and hopefully this will be very helpful for you, because you never know when you might fall ill or whatever it is, and you might not be able to type or handwrite, but you still want to get those words on the page so you achieve your word count for the day and progress with your story and your novel, and you get it closer to being finished and ready to publish. So we'll go in the Evernote app, and what you do, you have to hit the green button. You go to text note. Here you can title it. We'll just write test for now. And then you go in the actual content. And there, if you look on the screen, here on the bottom, you have the microphone sign. And you go on there, press on it, and basically you can speak into your phone and record your thoughts. I find this particularly useful for writing non-fiction. Maybe if you are a writer who writes fiction, but you also have a blog. For fiction writing, for me in particular, this is not very useful, because I have an accent, as you can tell. I speak English is my second language. My original language is Romanian, so I have an accent. But you can also, the Evernote app gives you the possibility to change languages. So from English, for example, you can change to Romanian, Portuguese, French, Russian. I think whatever language you speak, is very likely that the Evernote app supports it. What I would like you to be aware of is that when you use this, you have to speak slower, because as any app, nothing is perfect, and nothing beats the handwritten process, or even typing. But when you use your voice, or software is not there yet. We're not there yet to actually record perfectly our words, especially if you have an accent like I do. So just be aware of that. Just speak slower, and you'll get the words done. Okay, let's try this. And I'll exemplify a bit using one of my books, which is a bundle, and Dark and Twisted Tales. So we'll just go to the author's note, and I'll read you briefly from it, and you'll see. Hopefully it will go well. I mean, sometimes the words they turn out really well, sometimes they totally change, so that's a bit annoying. But obviously, if you have a better voice than I do, you speak clearer, you might have better success with the app. So let's try this. Author's note. Dear reader, for clarity's sake, I would like to inform you of a few things concerning the contents of this bundle. As you may have noticed from the blurb, this contains 12 short stories accompanied by 12 drawings and a short novel. Oh, this stopped. So it does this sometimes. It just stops and you have to be aware of that. I'm a bit far away from the phone because I'm trying to get this in the frame so you can see what I'm reading in the phone. Let's do this maybe. Let's try again. Maybe, because if you're closer to the mic, obviously you should record better. Some of the stories were written a long time ago. One in particular, in the Forest of Bluebells, was initially written as a script, paint, in my second year of university, and has had several endings since the idea first came into my mind. Period. Another one was conceived in the rush of imagination and is the seed that started a dark, psychological novel which is yet to be completed. Tender is the rain. Period. So, yeah, as you can see, it's not transcribing very accurately at the moment. Sometimes it works better, but yeah. I am testing the Evernote app. Okay. The man walked towards the treehouse. He looked at the old wooden staircase. It looked damaged by the weather. Okay, so as you can tell, I don't know if it's my voice or whatever it is, but it's not transcribing very well. But depends what you do. If you record blog posts or, as I said, non-fiction, this should work much better. As you can tell, right? Now it's working. The other day I recorded a video about the movies I love. It's a really long video. But I think it's worth to check out. So yeah, as you can see, it doesn't work very well, which is why I prefer typing. But as I said, if you have a clear voice, it will work better for you, I'm sure. Now I would like to show you how you can change the language. Right next to it here, you have that button right here, and you press on it and it says languages, and you primarily is English. I was playing around earlier and you can see Romanian saying. So you basically press on it and you have all these languages you can use, and there's quite a few. So yeah, whichever you want to choose, you select it and you can speak in your own language. As you could see, the app is a bit so for me, but I'm sure for you might work better if you have a clearer voice. As I said, I think it's particularly useful for using it if you want to write non-fiction. I hope this was useful. It didn't go as well I was hoping, but yeah, I think it's just my voice, you know. Anyway, I think it's something I wanted to make you aware of this, and thank you for joining me for the video. I hope you enjoyed this tip. So go and try it, see how it works for you, see if it's useful. If not, you can always stick to typing or old-fashioned handwriting. It's always good to have different ways of getting the words done. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.